Well, guys, welcome to the guide series. It is clean out email day, and also we're gonna look at a few things that are going on. So let's get our reward for going on. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is resource gathered this month. We gathered, as I scroll down to the bottom, we gathered 11,617,331 of food. Wood, we gathered 9,651,677 wood. 2,465,311 of stone. And last but not least, iron, we gathered 1,603 or 633,982. As we did in the last video in the main series, we're going to compare that to last month. Now, as we are looking at what we gathered this month, we are going to talk about what we gathered last month compared to this month. Last month, we gathered about 15 million of food. So a little bit more food than this month. Like I said, we gathered 11 million this month. Last month, with the wood though, we gathered 9,641,173. This month again, we gathered 9,651,611 or 77. We gathered a little bit more. Now with stone, like I said, we did gather last month. We gathered 3,366,527. A little bit more, just a little bit, not by much though. Like I said, this month we gathered 2,046,5,311. And last but not least, the iron. Last month we gathered, or not last month, but the month before, in March, we gathered 1,604,103. This month, like I just mentioned, we gathered 1,603,983. So just shy of getting what we did last month. Just shy, just by a little hair. So pretty much like last month and this month, we gathered pretty much the same amount. There's really nothing else to it. So we can scroll back up here. This must have been the recruit mission because it's 792, 722. Must have been recruit on the 19th as well. And then, most of it are gathering. We're doing the elite mines, or we're going to elite or mines that don't have anything added. As you can see, this must have been another recruit, 55, 55. So from 55, what was the other one? It was 72. So I'm betting this is when I did the horses, and the other time was not. The higher horses. So I'm guessing that the higher horses are better. Like I said, when it is recruit this time around, we are recruiting those horses again. Because I like getting those horses. So yeah, it looks like the horses give us a little bit more than the other ones, but that's okay. So this is more just gathering, and that is the end of the month. So before we delete these messages, we will be deleting them. I'm just going to go over a few other things. Since the mission has started already, I'm going to talk about that mission very soon. But that's one thing I want to do, was just look at the report on gathering resources. And like I said, we did gather almost, just slight. I mean, the wood was the only thing we gathered more than last month. Everything else was so close. I mean, if we just had a little bit more iron, we could have done that. And a little bit more stone. The food, who cares about the food? The wooden food and stone and iron is what you really need the most of. That's why there's more of that gathered. Now, we haven't gotten attacked lately, so that's good. Let's figure out that one. I try to favorite the one. Oh wait, we didn't lose anything there. Cancel that. So now we are gonna go through the reports of the month. Okay, I think we do it every month, so we should. Yeah, we only have from the second. So we're gonna look at these reports. We are gonna delete them once we're done looking at them. There were not many that happened this month. If you watch the main series, which I did a video a little bit ago, I did go over a little bit more of the report stuff of ooh, of the reporting. I believe there's one in here that we'll be going through a little bit more in detail. It's just what they released, and as you can see, there's some reports that I actually already cleared out. I already opened them because I need the gems. So there's some gems that we would have gotten now that I already gathered because I needed them to do missions that we had earlier in the month. So pretty much that is why you can see there's some here already used up. So let's go ahead. First mission on the second, which again was gather, and it is just say is that is the current mission. It is gather right now. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get these cleaned out. Then we're gonna probably send them out together because we only go to our elite mines, and that takes a little bit longer to get our elite mines done. But with our elite mines, we should be able to get the whole thing done. So that's a good thing. So first mission on last month was the gather first. And obviously we got that all done. This is what I'm saying. I did already gather this because I need the gems, so we already collected that. Then we had the power up. And again, I already collected this because I need the gems for some mission. Here's the update I wanted to tell you about a little bit more into detail. At this point in the game, they added a thing called Revelation Gameplay Editions. So they add a whole bunch of things for this mission. And I'm gonna go really quickly out and I'll show you what I've done so far. So far, most of my accounts have already done this. Except for the two smaller accounts, which is going to be 39 and I believe 49. Everyone's at the same level, at 50, because pretty much everyone gets the missions done. So after this update happened, there's these point things that you get, which is kind of neat. So we go ahead, we're going to claim this reward. I'll leave this up for 1 sec here, just so you can see what exactly it did. But that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna hit delete here, and then we had recruit. I'm just gonna, and again, I must have needed the gems for something else. So we're gonna just claim that. This is a feature, and I talked about in the other series how they added something for the auto attack for monsters. That was in the earlier previous probably last month that we did cleaning out the messages. And they talked about how they added a 5th march. If you had 5 marches, you could attack with 5 marches. That's something else. This feature here, as I talked about in the guide series, in the main series, or not, this is the guide series. In the main series, I talked about, I don't really like the zoom feature. I liked how it used to be, but they change things all the time. This is one thing that I wish they left. They do change the game all the time, as you've probably seen in earlier videos, how features have added and gotten removed, like the face invasion. Before, you could actually collect crystals before the mission started, or during the mission, and actually attack the monster better. And they also took away the shop as well in both that and Pet Hunter, which I wish they really didn't, because that's really how I get my speed ups for speeding up buildings and stuff like that. So this is that kind of feature that I'm not crazy about. I mean, the zooming in and out, I'll show you in a little bit. And then we had attack monsters. And that, yeah, then we got that one done. Looks like, oh wow, we actually got attack monsters done. That's nuts. So we got some kind of freeze event, that was an attack mission. Then we had another update on the 11th, increased some stuff for the recruitment. These are just gifts you get. And then we had severance lands, which I don't really do. There's a lot of things in this game I don't do, and I don't think I'll ever do. So just so you know. So we did the power up again. Got that done. This is when they actually gave us those point things. So we're gonna get 10 for this. So we're gonna claim that reward, and then we'll claim our gems. Then we have recruit. Again, we got another 15 of those point things, which is good. And then we had an update. They added some battle things to Fortress Wars and Invasion and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to claim that reward there. Then we had a recruit mission. And then they had a maze that we could do. They shifted some. Is this the end? Okay, we're getting to the end. They added some shift into the game, which I'm not very crazy about. I don't know much about totems, but this is a shift they made. Then they had attack monsters, which obviously we got the first stage done. We got our points. I banned my account with Facebook, I think, and I unbanned it. I didn't want it banned, but when I did that, they gave us another 300 gems for binding it to another account. So when you bind things in this game, you get more points. Or more gems, but only once. It only happens once you do it. As you can see, it says, "My lord, you bind your account, making it more safe. Thank you for supporting us. We you know, prevent the account binding new rewards. Happy gaming." Note: you will only receive this reward for the first time you bind an account. If you unbind it, it will not generate another reward for binding again. That's what I meant by it. So we're going to claim that reward. Then we had gather. And then we had some more stuff there. We beat that one done. And then we had another event. And then they added, they shifted more of the totems, I guess. Again. They added a new realm to battle report. And then they had another update on the 25th, adding more optimizing to the totems, which I really don't care about. But we can claim that reward. And then we had that. So that's pretty much what has been going on in the account. So pretty much, like I said, there's been all those emails that are coming in. Now the other thing, I have redone my marches. Okay, so we have the 5 marches. We have 5 marches enabled. I just want to make sure this is saved. So we're gonna close that, and then we can close and save that. So I've redone the marches. Because I think this account is one of the higher accounts now. They have a lot of units, so I want to make sure this account is protected against any attacks. We have currently, and I haven't done any more recruiting. Right now we're sitting at about 500,000, so 511,675 units. Okay, we got 5,000 in the higher tier. I've been promoting the smaller accounts, so the orcs, the riders, the elves, and these other elves down here at the bottom to these. So that's why there's 43, 895 now of those. I've recruited, for a bunch of those up. I might do more, but I'm not sure because, like I said, I'm trying to keep track of how many units I have. So far, we haven't really lost too many, which is good. And you can see down there, there's 50 points there. And if we go back into here, you can see that we're up there on the list. Our alliance is ranked 465 right now. If we go in here, we can actually see overall ranking. And I believe in here, you can actually see other rankings. So we're unranked there. And here, we're unranked as well. So like I said, you could get ranked if we had a lot more points. Obviously, we don't. We only have like 200 points, but that's okay. So, off the bat, so I think we'll bring our armies back. And we'll do this attack here. And I guess, why not? We'll donate. I mean, it doesn't really hurt. So, a 25 march. We're waiting for those marches to get back. My next thing is, can we take it down to 25 and keep it at 25? That's my question. Or can we go up? I mean, if we can go up to 26s, that'd be golden, but I doubt it. I mean, we don't have that march set yet. So we just have these marches. Which, okay. So if I do that, and that, I'll do one more at 25. So these are our March setups that we have that I've already done before the video started, because I knew we didn't have any morph moaning upwards to do. So I figured I'll redo those before I go into the video, and then I can just quickly attack these monsters, see what kind of points we can, or what level of attacking can we do. Attacking the monsters is a really hard one to do, but like I said, if you can do it, then you can do it and get it done. And then we'll probably send them out to gather resources so we can get that mission started at least. And then, like I said, after I do the remainder, these two accounts, I just gotta go in and quickly, do the spreadsheet, delete emails and stuff like that. Then I'll go back through and send everyone out together. This account in particular takes the longest because I usually go for our elite mines, and also I didn't want anything. Okay, so yeah, we can take down a 25. That's what I was wondering. Okay, so we can take down a 25. Now that attack was with our monster. So I'm wondering with these other two attacks. One is the full other march, and one's other march. So if they both fail, then we know we have to go down to 24. But if we can take down to 25, that would be better. I also talked about in the other series about I'm not upgrading any buildings. You notice in my base there's nothing being upgraded because I want in this account in particular I want to try to upgrade the castle. Everyone else is going to be upgrading the wall, but in this account, if I can do it, get enough of the resources, I'll be upgrading the castle. And that's also with the other two smaller accounts as well. So hopefully in by the 14th, I think is when the next mission would be. If I go to my spreadsheet here, yes. So I would have to, because it's the week, so I would have to get it done by Wednesday the 10th, because I think that upgrade is a 13-hour upgrade. Okay, so one failed and one passed. Okay, so I'm betting the one that failed was the other march. Okay, so let's try this. So I'm betting what happened is it failed because of that. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do these other two attacks here. Trying to use the stamina up is the best thing to do because, like I said, you do get those rewards and all. So hopefully we can get more rewards from attacking these monsters, which would be very, 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 very good. And we're almost done with this episode. I mean, like I said, I'm going to delete all those emails. That's really all I have left. Then I'll send them out first, and then. Yeah, so we have 4 attack sizes now. We can't take anything else in 25 down. I don't believe we can take down a 26 yet. It would be nice if we could, but I think that we can't because we need 16,000 of each unit, and we're not at that stage yet. If we did upgrade the other smaller tier, the elite swordsman, elite cavalry commander, and the golden archer and the mages, we might be able to do it at that point. Because those we have 31,000 of each one of those units. So if you add it to the 5,000 that we already have, that's about 45,000. So we need 16,000 per one. So we should be able to do it next time. I mean, after we upgrade all those units, which is going to take a bit of time. Because like I said, right now I'm doing the 44,000 that we have now of the elite orcists, dragon riders, holy archers, and the elite sage. Those are the smaller. Those are tier 6s. So tier 6s go to tier 8s, and tier 7s go to tier 9s. They always skip. So knowing that, we should be able to continue attacking monsters as we're gathering. Obviously, as I'm gathering today and tomorrow, I don't want to do anything with attacking monsters. I just want to gather. Because the gather event does take a bit of time to gather resources. That's the biggest thing. Gathering resources is like the hardest, I think, for me, in particular, it's one of the hardest missions to do because you really have to be on point. You have to gather, and if you don't, you're gonna not get the points. And it's not like gathering. Yes, you could try to speed it up. Yeah, that's what it's at. All right, and I'm gonna go in here now, and I'm gonna select all these. I'm just gonna delete all those. Okay, so that confirms it. Now, you can see I am recruiting, because I do want to get the points for most of the missions if I can. But there's nothing really else in this. Assy? There is. There's one really I could upgrade, and that's this really, and that should give us the points. So, but my main thing, like I said, not to use any reserves unless I can get this guy upgrade. Which I only need about 7 million stone. So 7 million stone is not much, but it's hard to gather that. Okay. And then here we need about 7 million, but we have 2 million, so we need another 5 million of iron. Again, if we can just gather it, I'm gonna gather it. If I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so we have 100 of those. Okay, where's that spreadsheet? 100 of these. And then we have 19 of the smaller ones. Okay, so we have. So I have a spreadsheet for resources as well. And we're looking at roughly almost 150,000 of iron and 30,000 of stone. So we don't have that much. So, we're just waiting for that one group to get back here. As I said, I could do more recruiting of these guys upwards, but I think I'm gonna wait. I guess I could, since I've explained it kind of to you guys. Okay, so we're looking. Oh, well, we can just do it without that. So we're doing the ones here, right? The orcs. Yeah, they're both back. Yeah, so we have 44,960, 543, or 5319. Yeah, so these are the ones we'll be doing next. And so these ones here will be promoted up to level 8. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do the orcs first. I'm not actually doing it in line. I'm just gonna wait down the line. I do one, I do the next. And my phone's probably gonna die soon. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna promote those upwards. And now we are going to delete these messages, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to send my armies out together. Now, yes, I could enable a 5th March, but I don't really want to waste any. I mean, let's. Okay, so we have 31,000. We have 31,000 gems. How many? We have 1 day shields. Okay, we have one more for this month. So I need to buy at least another one. And we have to do all missions. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste anything. But what about buffs? So we don't have that many buffs either. We have a gather for 1 day, which we could do that because that would help out with at least the gathering. Okay, let's see how long are they gonna be out for? 1 day. Yeah, that's gonna. And I think I got a new spreadsheet for gather out. Here's this account here. So we got one at wood. Okay. Or, I mean, how much is this? 1, 2. Oh. So we got two. Oh, one's wood, one's food. Okay. And we got another one. Okay. And then we got the stone, which is not bad. Or iron, which is not a bad one. 1, 2, 2. So with those right there, we still need a little bit more. With those 4 marshes that we have out there. Now, again, someone also could gather at those elite mines, which would not be good. So what I usually do is I'll wait until they get back, because I don't know if someone else is gonna go gather there. If they do, then it shortens the life of it. But right now, we're looking at about 240,000 points out of 260 that we need. So technically, I think at this point, I'm going to add that 1 hour, that 1 day boost. Then it'll only take 13 hours, so then we can get those elite mines back up and running. And also, I get the mission probably done. Because in 13 hours, and 14 hours, depending on the account, would be sometime in the morning. And then all I gotta do is send them out for, like, a little bit more resources. Only about 20, let's see. Yeah, so like 2 more times, really, at the highest level. So, no one will be back at that time. And that's also depending on, like, if anyone else goes there and gathers. If someone else goes there and gathers, then obviously I'm not going to get the full amount of points. So, hopefully in 13 hours no one else goes there. But you never know. We are an alliance. There is also someone trying to join this alliance, which I'm going to have to, physically talk to that person. But yeah, we are good to go. Like I said, gather is the first mission of the week. So we will, hopefully we'll get that mission done. Yes, I could set another march up and go gather, but 13 hours, 14 hours, I mean, that's going to be 8 hours before the mission ends. So at that point, we could go and gather more resources that we need. So, that's pretty much the episode. We went over the stats. If it's recruit, we'll have it. If it's the gather, we'll have it. Oh, we should have it. Then we recruit. Upgrade buildings, like I said, I have that 1 building that I'm going to try to upgrade. I'll probably do it on video just because, it's only 1 building and it might be good to get a video here and there. This week is going to be cram-packed with sport videos as well. If you didn't watch the last video, which was about, I don't know how long it was, but it was a long one. Check that video out. I have 20 videos to upload for sporting events, which will be uploaded probably tomorrow. Like I said in the last video, tomorrow will be the day that I probably get those all up. I just gotta get the photos up. So it could be tomorrow, it could be later on in the week. Be aware of that. It's hard getting them up. I am working. I have games every single day, pretty much. This week, like I said, I talked about that in the last episode of the war, or in the main series. So if you want to know about that, go watch that video. At the end is when I talked about it. So, did that. We can delete these. Okay. And now, we're going to say goodbye to these messages and goodbye to you. And until the next episode of War and Order, the guide series, I am going to say what I know I'm going to say in my end of my videos, and that is, bye-bye for, look at that points. Until then, bye-bye for now.